Hey guys, welcome back to episode 12 of Vacancy at Vanilla's with me, your host Vanilla. Thanks for coming back another week, staying with me here at the villa. You know, I really appreciate you spending your cold hard-earned cash here with me to reserve a room, you know. I know times are tough, so appreciate you being here with me. Your room will be ready shortly, but we do have a few things to catch up on. First and foremost, if you guys didn't already know, I live in a studio apartment. It's not that big. It's nice, but it's not that big. There's no roaches in here. There's no white refrigerator, so don't ever try to fucking play me. I record in between. This is my bed, clearly, and then this is my TV console with my TV. For those of you listening on audio, I'm just in a corner of my apartment essentially, and I take a piece of my couch that connects into a larger couch, and I take the corner seat and I drag it over here, and I have these signs, you know, whatever. So when I do that, the piece of the couch is missing over in my little living area, and it kind of like makes more room. And every time I do that, the cats get so excited. They're like, oh, fuck yeah, more room for activities. And they start to like run around. So they were just chasing each other a few seconds ago. So hopefully they'll behave. They never do. But it's okay. If you hear a little ruckus in the background, you know what it is. But I'm trying to think. So last week we talked about me going to doing my psychiatric appointment, psychiatry. So it's psychiatry, and then what's the other one? It's not therapy. It's like another one. It's like see, that's what I'm talking about. You hear them? So a psychiatric appointment. That's what I did. I had a psychiatric evaluation, which sounds scarier than it is. Trust me, I wasn't fucking tied up in a fucking what are those things called? The fucking what are those suits called? Guys, I can't think of anything today. What are those suits called? Fucking straitjacket. A straitjacket. I wasn't tied up in a straitjacket, fucking tweaking over Zoom. Imagine just in a straitjacket in my own house on a fucking Zoom call. She'd be like, "Where did you even get that?" I'd be like, no one understands me. So I had this appointment with this woman, and very nice lady. And we're on the call, whatever, and you know, she's asking me a few questions about myself. Oh, sorry about that. Forgot to turn the sound off on my laptop. My manager's also asking me if I'm working tonight. I should answer him because then he harasses me if I don't answer him. Let me text him back. Well, how cool is it to have a laptop, you know? How cool is it to have a laptop? Let me see. He said, "Are you working tonight?" Yes. Send. I love having a laptop, guys. This is like, never really had this shit for a month, and I literally only use it to watch RuPaul's Drag Race in bed and record the podcast. So that's all that I've been using it for, and already, you know, that's worth the money to me right there. That alone is worth the money. So anyway, I had this appointment with this lady. She's asking me questions about myself and just general stuff, you know, the normal stuff that you would assume that they would ask you. They're like, okay, how's your family? Have you ever wanted to fucking not be on this earth? or have you ever wanted to take someone else off of this earth? And I'm like, no, I'm good, dude. I'm chill. I just like can't go to Disneyland without throwing up and crying. Like, it's not like that, dude. I promise. So I'm trying to explain to her how my anxiety is. And I'm like, it's kind of like hypochondriac-y, but not in the same sense. Cause I'm not like afraid. I'm not like convincing myself that I have like terrible diseases and stuff. It's just like, if I don't feel like myself, if my head's hurting, or not really headaches, because I get headaches, and like headaches don't make me freak out, but if I like my heart is racing, or I feel like I can't breathe, or anything of the sort like that, that's when I'll like fully spiral. And that, you know, sometimes if I'm in like big crowded places, if there's like somewhere where there's no exit plan for me, I'm just trying to explain it to her, because the way my anxiety is, she's like, so are you anxious about anything in particular? I'm like, no, that's the thing. It's not like I am anxious about the future or like my job or like things that normal people are anxious about. I'm anxious about like the most ridiculous. It's like, it's so dumb. I really don't even like know how to like explain it quickly to someone. So I'm like, you know, trying to explain it to her, and maybe I am rambling on a bit like I am right now. And the woman stops me, and she immediately says, "Okay, we need to get you in therapy." oh, I thought I was doing pretty good on my own, but I, I guess so if you say so. So I'm like, oh, you clocked the fuck out of me. That was wow. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, James, what was that? So I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I guess. I mean, sure. I'm all for it. The only time that I went to therapy was when I was 16, and it was right after, if you listen to episode 9, I believe it is, the cheating episode, whichever episode's labeled the cheating episode. If you listen to that good old episode, I kind of, trauma dumped on there a little bit and told you a little bit about a certain story that happened to me when I was with my first boyfriend, and it was not a good situation. So I went to therapy after that, and I went 2 times, I believe. And I remember telling the lady the story, and she just looked at me. She was just like, and I was like, what? You're supposed to fucking say something good here, dude. Like, what do you want? She was like, and then she's just like writing in her book. And she was young, and she just didn't say, like, the whole time, she just like didn't say anything. And I'm like, girl, are you gonna fucking give me some feedback or something? Like, give me some homework to do? Like, she sucked, dude. She fucking sucked. And I remember being like, man, fuck therapy. This shit sucks. Like, she didn't even do shit. So, that was it. That was the only time that I've been in therapy. And I do think that it is good to get like an unbiased opinion from someone who doesn't know you through anything at all, like whether it be the internet in real life or just has literally no like perception of you. They haven't perceived you, or like they don't know anything about you. It's a completely unbiased opinion. I do think that is like the number one thing that I could see people like wanting to do therapy for, because like your friends are always going to kind of like tell you what you want to hear. Not always tell you what you want to hear, but they're like your friends. So Miso, he's knocking the camera over. See, you're supposed to be my audio engineer. You're over here ruining stuff. Sorry if you're watching on video. It may have looked like an earthquake just hit. I promise it's just my son jumping on the bed and fucking with the cords. All right, there he goes. So I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I'll get into therapy. And basically my main goal of this psychiatric appointment was to get my Lexapro dosage upped a little bit, because I don't really know if I want to try a new medication yet. So I'm like, you know what, cool. Let's just like get my Lexapro upped a little bit more and then see how that makes me feel before I like try a whole new medication. And mental illness reveal, I got another one tallied on the charts. Can you guys guess? So I just had like generalized anxiety disorder. She was like, I'm also going to put here panic disorder. Does that sound okay with you? I said, tack it on, baby. Tack it on the list. I'm going to collect all of them like fucking Pokemon. No, okay, no, that's not funny. I don't want any more mental illnesses, please. That's not funny. Mental illness is not a joke. But I'm like, sure, girl, tack it on there. Panic disorder, hell yeah. And I would say, if anything, I have I would feel like I don't have generalized anxiety, because I'm not generally anxious. On a normal day-to-day, I'm fucking chilling. It's only when I put myself in positions and scenarios, and I like almost not do it to myself. Well, I do it to myself in my own fucking head. But you know what I mean? So I'm like, I would say, if anything, I have panic disorder more than I have generalized anxiety. So now I have panic at the disco disorder, so that's pretty fucking cool. And she upped my Lexapro. She upped it. I used to be on 10 milligrams. Now I'm on 15, baby. 15 milligrams. So it's not like something that you feel instantly, for those of you who haven't taken medication at all, or, haven't taken Lexapro. It's not like, people will always be like my friends would joke and be like, can I have one? I'm like, dude, it's not going to do anything. Like, you have to take them like every day for like a month at least to even kind of feel. And it's not like something where you wake up and you're like, I'm cured, it's working. Like, you just slowly, like, I remember when I first got on it, I kind of just slowly realized one day, I'm like, hey, like, I'm not having like impending thoughts of doom anymore. Like, that's kind of cool. And then that was really it. And So I'm hoping that the 15 milligrams kind of brings me back to that point where I kind of just wake up one day and I'm like, man, I haven't flipped the fuck out in a quite a long time. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that was cool. And then she's like, okay, we're gonna get you in therapy. I'm like, cool. I'm like, sorry if I'm like blabbing on here. Like I don't, because that's another thing too. If you've never seen a psychiatrist, um, they kind of are like, they don't want to hear your problems. They kind of just like, they're there to prescribe you the medication and like that's it. They're not here to like hear your issues. And I'm not like venting to her. I'm just trying to like, I'm answering the questions that she's asking me. I'm not really going off track. I'm just trying to like give her the best answer. And she's just like, yeah, okay. She was like, yeah, we need to get you in therapy. Oh my God, I can't believe she said it like that. I was like, what the fuck? Or I was like, okay, anyway. So then she's like, cool. She gives me the Lexapro. She tells me I have panic disorder. We already fucking knew that. And then she's like, cool. I'm going to put you, in the system, whatever. My assistant's name is Madonna Slay. I love that. I'm like, I already love this place. And she's like, Madonna's going to call you. And there's a wait list, though. She's like, I'm just letting you know, last time that, apparently, she's like, I don't know how to make the appointments, but I've heard that there's a wait list. It can be pretty long. Just letting you know, I don't know how soon they can get you in. I'm like, all right, cool. I understand. Everyone wants therapy, whatever. I get a call literally maybe 2 hours later, and I don't think it was Madonna. It was a guy. I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe it was Madonna, but it was a guy. And they were like, hey, we can get you in tomorrow at 7 a.m. I said, whoa, damn. At the ass crack of like, shit, you guys are ready to give me therapy. Like, I skipped. She must have put in the good word. She was like, this bitch needs it. Please bump her to the top of the list. So I'm like, okay, 7 a.m. not gonna fucking work for me. I do work nights, so I do be sleeping, y'all. Sorry. That's another reason why you're getting the episode a little bit late, because I'd be sleeping. Well, no, because I was sleeping, and then the appointment was at noon. Okay, I woke up at about 11:30. Woke up, sat in bed for 5 minutes to recollect myself. I'm one of those people, though. Some people wake up and they're just like kind of like they don't even like know what's going on for the first like 15 minutes of their day. They're just like out of it. Dude, I wake up like, the picture of Squidward where he's like his eyes closed and he's like, that's me. I wake up and I'm like on 1,000. I'm like, oh, good morning. Like, I'm up. Like, the second I wake up, I am fucking up, baby. Like, my brain is on. The cogs are turning. Like there are some people that just like they need like a 30 minutes to like have a coffee. Like, they're just like, I can't even think right now. I'm like, dude, my brain is on. The second I open my eyes, I'm like, literally like Cinderella. The birds are chirping at her fucking window. I'm like, good morning, everyone. Like, that's me. So, I wake up. I set my alarm at 11:45 because I'm like, I could wake up at 11:45, have my therapy appointment at 12, and I'm good. Like, I don't need to like, I'll get a little food in my system. So I woke up, ate a banana. I called Rachel, just had to give her the morning tea. And me and Rachel, we always have something to fucking recap each other about. Even if we haven't talked for like 2 hours, she's like, oh my God, guess what happened? It's like there's always some fucking tea. So then I made myself some oatmeal. Not like the Quaker's oatmeal, like not the good delicious one. The fucking boring plain oats. Not even oatmeal, it's just fucking straight oats, dude. No flavor, no nothing. Put a little peanut butter in it, give it a little flair. Had a banana. Because I have been trying to, because I'm like, I did the Ozempic thing. It kind of kick-started it for me. I'm like, I lost a few pounds on that shit, man. I'm going to try to keep this shit going. Like, I don't want that to be wasted, even though it's probably like all fucking water weight. I'm like, you know what? Shit, I haven't weighed myself in a few days. It probably back up. But, yeah, I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. I'm like trying to be good. I didn't really eat that much yesterday. Because I am fucking gluttonous, dude. I'm fucking gluttonous when it comes to the food. So I need to chill the fuck out. But I do feel like being on the Ozempic, even just for a week, because they say if you like start to eat smaller portions, your stomach shrinks a little bit. So I feel like I'm not as hungry as I was, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I haven't been eating as much, which is cool. So when I'm skinny, guys, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh my God, I can't even see you. Like I'm watching the video podcast and you're not even there. You're so skinny that I can't even see you on the screen. You're not even visible to the human eye. I don't want to hear that. Okay. I know it's going to get to that point, but you guys just have to prepare yourselves for it. Okay. 2024, I'm going to be that skinny. So, They call me, I do the therapy appointment. I get on my Zoom. You gotta get on your Zoom. I get on my Zoom with, I don't even remember her name. So I mean, hey, it's my first day with her. I'll end up remembering her name because that was my queen. I was like, at first I was worried. I was like, fuck, I really hope it's not like some like old white lady. Like, no offense, like to old white lady therapists out there. I'm just like, I want someone that I feel like I can relate to, or like can relate to me in a sense, someone younger. And they asked me, do you want a woman or a male? I said, a woman, please. Thank you. God. No, I mean, maybe if it was a gay guy, I would take a gay guy. But I'm like, no straight man is ever about to give me any motherfucking advice. I'm sorry, I'm not taking advice from straight men. I'm like, is there like, I'm like, can I check like a box on that or something? Like, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Do any of you have a straight male therapist, and is he any good? Because I don't know how I feel about that. For me, I don't know how I feel about that. Not sponsored. Seltzer water. Polar sponsor. I log into Zoom. My therapist, she was a young, gorgeous, black woman. And I was like, yes, thank God. Oh, thank God. Literally, I was just like, thank God. Like, I was like, I thought it was going to be some old, decrepit hag. Like, I was like, thank God. So I was like, okay, cool. I can get into this. Like, I'm going to like her. I already knew I was going to like her. So she was awesome. She's asking me questions. We're cracking jokes. We're laughing. We're having a good old time on our little therapy appointment. She's asking me questions about my family, this, that, and the other. She's asking me about work and what I loved her for this. She was like, okay, so and she was dead serious. She was like, okay, and would you say that, since you were younger that dancing is always something that you wanted to do? Has that always been your passion, or was there anything else that you wanted to do, or has dancing just always been has being a stripper always been your goal in life and your passion? Dead serious though. Like, she wasn't like trying to like clock it or shady. She was dead serious. I was like being a stripper is my passion. No, I was just like, I fucking love it here. I love being a stripper. Like, girl, please. I was like, it's not my passion. It's not my, I'm not like, yes, like, fuck yeah, I love it. Like, it's not that. I was like, girl, I do like it, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's my passion. I wouldn't say I was 7 years old saying, I want to be a stripper when I grow up. I mean, granted, I remember I would be playing GTA when I was younger, and I would be like very intrigued by the strippers. Is that because I'm into women? I don't know. Or it's because I thought that the whole thing was cool? I don't know. But we ended up here somehow. So I was like, no, I wouldn't say it's my passion, girl, but I do love what I do. Like, I genuinely do enjoy my job, and I do feel like if it got to the point where I didn't enjoy it, that I wouldn't be able to be in the industry that I'm in, because, and I literally told her, I was like, I think if it got to the point where I was like loathing having to go into work, I would just be like, I can't fucking do this shit. Like, I can't entertain men for free. Like, I can't. That would drive me insane. So anyway, it was only a 30-minute appointment, and I think she only does, I'm like, I don't know if she does 30 minutes or hour long. I'm like, at first I was like, 30 minutes is like really not that long of a time, but I feel like she got to know me good enough, and she was like, yeah, okay, we'll do it again next week. I'm like, cool. See you next week, queen. Like, I don't know. She's cool. I like her. So I feel like that's important to like have someone that, and especially because my industry, I'm like, I don't want someone that, like, if I say that I'm a stripper, they're going to be like, and I definitely did not get that vibe from her. And that was important to me. So I'm in therapy now, y'all. I'm in therapy. And now that brings me to the sponsor of today's show, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is, no, I'm kidding. Y'all, I'm not that rich yet. If anyone wants to know though, I've made $4. I've made $4 off of Spotify. We're making it out the hood, guys. I've made $4 off of Spotify podcasters. So whoever's listening to my ads, thank you. You're feeding me you're feeding, that's like 3 cans of cat food. So you're feeding my children for 3 days. Thank you. Whoever's listening. Actually, it's like 2 cans of cat food, because I buy them the good shit. I do buy them the good shit. Because if you're out here and you're feeding your cat Friskies, you're going to jail. That's it. You're going to jail. And I can't even talk shit because my parents feed their cats Friskies because they're picky. So I get it. If your cat only wants to eat the McDonald's of cat food, which is Friskies, I get it. You know what? That's fine. But hey, as long as the cat's fed, you know? As long as your cat's fed. But I feed them. I forget what brand it is, but it's a pretty good brand. And the fucking dry food that they eat too is expensive. And they have automatic feeders. Like these motherfuckers are spoiled. Like I don't think that they realize how good they have it sometimes. I really don't think that they realize it. They're both knocked out now. They were running rampant before, but now they're both Miso's under the Christmas tree, which I still haven't taken down, which I'm going to do by the end of this week. I promise. If I come on here next week and my Christmas tree is still up, virtually slap me in the face. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, I'm like trying to recap my week. Not really too much has happened, like, other than, well, I'm going to get into something that happened and you guys are going to clock me, but that's fine. But other than that, I went to work on Friday. Wait, is this what the fuck? I went to work on Friday. It was good. Saturday was bad. Sunday was bad. And then I haven't gone Monday or Tuesday, so that's great. So I only made money on one day. And I didn't even make that much money. Like it was okay. Like, so I'm not going to talk numbers with you guys because I don't want anyone pocket watching me. But I'm going tonight. And Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually not that good. But dude, I've barely fucking worked this month. The whole Ozempic thing, like, dude, January was like doo-doo fucking ass for me, like just all around. So, you know how I talked about my ex? Well, not always. Sometimes I do talk about my ex. I talk about multiple of my exes on here. For those that need clarification, this is my ex that my most recent one, the one that we got in an argument at a party that he threw, if you listen to that episode, and the one that flew my friends out here for my birthday, but he broke up with me before my birthday, that ex, okay, because he was like going through stuff, whatever. I don't know what the fuck telepathic shit has been going on. I was like not thinking about him for like a very long time. I wasn't looking at his Instagram. Like wasn't even like really a thought in my mind. The past like month, I don't know what the fuck it is, dude. He's been in my dreams. I've been thinking about him. And Rachel's she was like, that's only because you know that he went to Tokyo with another bitch. I'm like, no, because he did go to Tokyo and he did go with a girl, but it is his friend. And that's not me being delusional. That's not me being delusional. It's not a girl that he has. I'm not explaining myself. I'm getting so defensive, like y'all are fucking yelling at me over the screen. Guys, please. I'm a little delusional, but I'm not fucking stupid, okay? Some would argue against that. But please, hear me out. I was thinking about him before I knew the motherfucker was in Tokyo, okay? His birthday was at the beginning of January. He was just on my mind a lot. His birthday was this month. We met like in real life because we were messaging each other on Instagram for a few months, but we met in real life in January of last year, right? That was the first time that we ever hung out. We went to Build-A-Bear, and then for his birthday, I went with him to his this like birthday party thing that like his it was like an event, and it was also like his birthday party event thing as well. And then from there we just fucking constantly hung out, and then we just ended up we ended up dating like months after that. But I've been thinking about him so fucking much, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on in my fucking brain? Like, I can't, this shit is driving me crazy. And I caved. I didn't stand on business, dude. I did not stand on business. And the last conversation that me and him had was when I was at that party and we got in a fight and I left, and we both sent each other 2 really long, kind of angry text messages, and I kind of told him to go fuck himself. And then that was it. And then we blocked each other. That was it. That was the last conversation that we had. This was already after we had broken up, by the way, but we were still like friends. We were still like friendly. Stupid. So I messaged him on Instagram. I messaged him on Instagram. And I said, redacted. Redacted is his name. I'm not saying his name. Yeah, people know. It's not a fucking secret. Like, some of y'all know who he is. I just messaged him saying his name. And the whole day went by. No response. I'm like, oh, man. I look like Boo Boo the Fool right now. I wake up the next day, which was yesterday. I'm in the psychiatric appointment. Literally doing it on my fucking phone. I'm on the Zoom thing, whatever. And I get a notification saying it was from him. He said, hi. And the second message said, I've been thinking about you. We got him. We got him, folks. Yes! Hell yeah! I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not Boo Boo the Fool. I said, all right, so, we're both on that same, something's going on in our brains here. What's going on? So then I'm like, you've been in my dreams. And he said, was I being nice? Because back when we were dating, he would be in my dreams sometimes, but he would be mean. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I have a lot of dreams where, like, my friends are mean to me and people are mean to me. It wasn't just him. Like, people are mean as hell to me in my dreams for some reason. I'm like, what is that about? Can a therapist break that down for me? Maybe my therapist will break it down for me, because I'm always saying that. I'm like, are any therapists in the chat? Guys, now I have one, so I'll just ask her. Duh. So I'm like, okay, something's going on here. And then he said, was I being nice? And I was like, no, you weren't being nice. But he wasn't really being mean in the dreams. He was just like there. Like, it was either like I was texting him, or like in my dreams, he was like in my life in some capacity. Whether he like showed up to wherever we were at in the dream, or I was texting him, or like something. And I haven't had dreams about him so long. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then, we're messaging back and forth, whatever. And he was like, yeah, like, I've just been like thinking about you a lot, whatever, yada, yada. And so then I'm like, okay, let's unblock each other. We unblock each other. We're texting shit, whatever, cool. And if you were in my TikTok live last night, I was playing Fortnite, but I kept checking my phone and I was texting him, and and everyone was like, you're not locked in. You're not locked in. Focus on the game. Lock in right now. It's Fortnite time. Like, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm locked in. We're going to win. I did not even come close to winning one fucking game. I was over here giggling and kicking my motherfucking feet. Please. So, that's really it. I'm just not standing on business. And anything that I said about him in the past is okay. No, because guys, we're just texting. Like, guys, it's not that serious. I am just in a silly, goofy mood. So, yeah. And then what was weird too is that he was like, I literally last night before I went to sleep, I was thinking about how he went to Build-A-Bear. And I was like, dude, that's so fucking weird that you said that, because yesterday I was out and I was like, the first time I went to Build-A-Bear, I don't know why, the people like talked him into buying, not even have to talk him in. He was just like, yeah, sure. Buying like gift cards, because I guess like half of the money that you use for the gift card was like donated to some like, I don't know, like kids foundation or something. So he was like, yeah, sure. And he bought like 3 of them. One was $20, one was $10, and the other one was $10. It was like $30 in Build-A-Bear fucking gift cards. I don't know. And I was out yesterday and I was like, I don't know why, dude. I literally was like, I want to go to Build-A-Bear right now for no reason. And I was like, but damn, I don't have the fucking gift cards with me. And I was like, that would have been fun if I could just go to Build-A-Bear right now. And then he was like, I was literally thinking about how he went to Build-A-Bear. I'm like, what the hell? What the heck? And I'm like, we're tapped in. What's going on here? So yeah. That's where I am right now. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm not standing on business. Okay, if I ever said that I was standing on business, I take it back, because I'm sitting down. I'm not standing on shit right now. I'm sitting. I'm relaxing. Guys, wherever this year takes me, that's it. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And I did stand on business for a good 5 months, and I was bored as hell. I was bored as hell. Bored as fuck. Literally had nothing going on. No one in my phone. No one texted me. Like I had maybe, did I have a sexual relation or two? Yes. And the answer is literally two. That was it. It was two. That was it. Two. And it was with, both of them were with people that I already knew? Yes. So it's like not even fun. I mean, it is. But it's like, damn, I already know you bitches. Like, come on. Where's the new and fresh meat? Where's the fresh meat here? So I'm like, you know what? And I didn't have like even no fling, no nothing. Like it was nothing like that. It was just on some shit where I'm like, literally both of them were people that I knew that were just in LA for the weekend. Or the week time. Like, we hung out a few times. And I'm like, that's two separate people. And I'm like, man, like, I'm in LA. There's so many fucking people here. What's going on? I'm like, hello? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, sometimes you just got to go back to what you know. And I'm not saying we're getting back together. That is like not even a conversation that's on the fucking table right now. Please, that is not even something that we're even going to fucking think about talking about right now. He's got a long fucking ways to go before that happens. If that's even what would ever happen. 'Cause it's not. Me trying to stand on business so hard. Okay. But that's all I'm saying. I'm talking about a whole lot of nothing right now. For the past 10 minutes, I have said literally so much, but nothing at the same time. God fucking damn it. What? I just want to, then it got me thinking about, because Rachel was like, you know what? You don't stand on business. Because I told Rachel, I was like, you know what? I have to tell Rachel. She's going to beat my ass, but I got to tell her. She was like, you don't fucking stand on business. You don't stand on business. I said, I know. I said, neither do you. She said, I never said I did. I said, real. That's real. Because she never did say she stands on business, because she don't. She doesn't. And that's okay. She said, if I want to get some dick, I'm going to go get some. And what about it? Real. I love the honesty. And that's why she's my best friend, because she's going to keep it real with me at any cost, she just always will. So I'm like, you know what? Damn, it got me thinking. I'm like, what are some other times that I didn't stand on business? Because before in the past, I'm like, there, when I was younger, like there was definitely some times where I didn't stand on business, but it's like, fool me once, shame on, what's the shit? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved, don't. That's me. I'm lying, I do wanna be saved. Please, someone please. I'm tired of this life. No, I'm not. I'm not, guys, I'm not. The grind doesn't stop for anybody. That's it. The grind doesn't stop for anybody. If someone Yo, what the hell is this episode? If I ever dated someone that was like, you need to stop dancing, I'd be like, okay, you need to open up your checkbook right now and start putting numbers in them. Numbers with a lot of zeros after them, preferably. Because if you don't, guess what? I'm going back to the streets every motherfucking time. How are you going to tell me? There's so many instances like that where I hear girls talk about like, yeah, like I started dating this guy. And it's funnier too, because half the time they meet them at the fucking strip club, which I'm like, girl, the call is coming from inside the house. Like, so they'll be like, yeah, I met this guy. And like, at first he was like cool with me dancing. And then after like a little while, he was like, I really don't feel comfortable with you dancing. I just don't think this is something you should do. Okay, great. Is he paying your bills? No? Oh, okay. Then it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, okay. Then who cares? Okay. Then literally it does not matter at all. Right. Okay. So he can get the fuck out of here. Because who are you to fucking please? Like, who are you to take orders from a man? Especially one that is not doing fucking shit for you. So I was like I hear that shit all the time. I'll be like, girl, please, I am not the one. Because there was this girl at my club, and she was talking about how her man like just got out of prison, and she's pretty and she's really nice, and she was just like, yeah, like I'm giving him money And he like spends it all on weed, and then like he gets mad when I come to work, and I had a bruise on my knee from like dancing, because the fucking stage gives you like, I have a big ass bruise on my knee right now. Actually, look, if you're watching on video, you see that shit, because I fell at work. I fell at work, and it hurt really fucking bad. I fell in the dressing room. Thank God it wasn't on the floor. I fell in the dressing room. But you get bruised and banged up pretty bad over there, because you're like on stage, you do floor work on stage, and like you get bruised up. And she hadn't danced, especially if you like take a long time off and then you come back. She was like, yeah, and he thought that I was like cheating on him or something because I had a bruise on my knee. And I'm like, she was like, yeah, and he like, and then now I'm calling him and he has his phone off. I'm like, oh, so you mean that's your child? So that's your son, basically. You're giving him money. He doesn't have a job. He's staying in your house and he's yelling at you. Oh, okay. So it's your teenage son, your angsty teenage son. Okay, I understand. Like, I could just, I'll never understand. There is no love on this planet great enough for me to endure any shit like that. And I will be delusional about some things. Like I said, I'm not standing on business. There are some situations that I am a little delusional about. Given the current one that I'm in, yes. I'm not going to deny that. But will I ever in a million years be that level of delusional? No. No. Absolutely not. Never. Never. The closest I came to that was probably when I was 17 or 18 and I was dating this guy who was the worst. We got into him a little bit on the cheating episode. But what we didn't get into, I actually talked about this in my TikTok live a little bit, about how I posted, okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And I will admit, this is not a nice thing that I did. So he cheated on me, right? A bunch of fucking times. I took him back, fucking whatever. And it was always with his ex. And she would always be the one letting me know. She'd be like, hey, by the way, he's back with me. I'd be like, oh, okay, great. Great. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for letting me know. So there was one instance where he was like, I swear, word of my mom. Like, he would always be like, word of my mom. Like, on my mom, I'm not cheating on you. On my nephew, like, on their life, I'm not fucking cheating on you. Like, on my mother's life. And I'd be like, okay. Like, but also too, they were Jehovah Witnesses, so they would say Jehovah knows instead of saying on God. Like, instead of being like, I swear to God, like, they say Jehovah knows. That's like, I guess, what Jehovah Witnesses say. Like, instead of I swear to God, they say Jehovah knows. Like his brother would, if he said something and his brother thought he was kidding, his brother would be like, say Jehovah knows, and he'd be like, Jehovah knows. Like, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, cool. Like, Jehovah Witness slang, that's cool. So he would always swear on his mom's life, and then a few years later, his mom did pass away. And I did make a TikTok basically saying what I just told you guys. I said, hey, guys, one time I dated a guy and he cheated on me and lied on his mom's name, and then she died. So maybe you shouldn't do that. And it was probably not a nice thing, thinking back, to make that TikTok. But I was just informing the people. I was just doing my due diligence. I mean, he was the worst guy fucking ever. He was literally terrible. Also, if you're still feeling bad for him, I want to let you know that he did go to jail for hitting a woman. And then I did get a call from his mother. Before all of this happened, I did get a call from her off of his phone asking if I could help them pay his bail. Years after I had not even talked to him. I said, oh, to let you know the answer to that question, it's going to be a no. And I hope that you know what? I'll be like, I hope Jehovah can help in this situation. Because all you could do is pray. All I could do is pray for you. And I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even going to do that because you don't fucking deserve it. And it's like, regardless of the fact that he was my ex, it's like, I would not put a fucking dollar on anyone's fucking books who hit a fucking woman. Are you crazy? He never hit me. I will say he never put his hands on me, but I guess there was some girl that he was in cahoots with. And apparently they had a very strange relationship. It was very, like, from what I heard, Um, it was very like groupy, like on some like pimp and hoe shit, like in a way that it was like he was like, you call me daddy, you do whatever the fuck I say. If I tell you to go fuck one of my friends, like you're gonna go fuck one of my friends, like you're gonna go fuck one of my homeboys. Like they would like run trains on her and shit, and like she would just do whatever the fuck he said, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know, like this. And he didn't have no type of money or any like pull. Like I'm like, girl, what are you hoeing for free for? What the fuck? Like if you're gonna hoe, bitch, hoe. Like make some money off of it. Like this bitch was hoeing for free for a SoundCloud rapper in Connecticut. I don't know. I don't know the fucking girl, so I can't really speak on her name. This is just all alleged. This is all alleged. This is all what I heard. So he would treat her like shit, and he would like slap her around a little bit, I heard. And I don't know if he was pimping. Maybe he was fucking pimping around. Maybe they were making money off of it. Who the fuck knows? Crazy scenario. That's all I know, is that it was just a weird. They had a very strange dynamic, and that he did treat her like shit. And it was like not a secret that he treated her like shit. But they weren't dating. They were just like, I don't fucking know. Weird shit. And I guess there was an instance where, yeah, he like fucking hit her bad and like choked her out, and then like apparently he got out of jail like that next day. They like bailed him out, whoever the fuck bailed him out. And I remember the girl being like, fuck this shit, like I'm not getting my justice here. And like she was like really fucking pissed, and like anyone that she thought helped bail him out, she was like, fuck you guys, like, and blocking them and shit. Granted, one of my friends who literally didn't, my best friend did not have fucking anything to do with it. He literally was like, I'm not giving y'all fucking money. He because I guess they called him asking for money too. He was not involved, but she thought he was, and she was like, fuck you, like I'm just like, she kind of just assumed. She was like, fuck you, like whatever. And he was like, I did not give that motherfucker any money. So but I mean, granted, like that's like she should be fucking pissed at anyone that she thinks is involved, but it shit is just crazy. But then then after all that happened, I was like, what the hell? This is like the worst guy ever. So then I made a TikTok, and then I made that TikTok, and he saw it like 6 months later, and I got like a message from him on Instagram, and he was like, why would you make that? Like that's so like what the fuck? Like where is this coming from? Like, do you really think that that's why she passed, because I fucking lied? And I'm like, you never know. You never know, dude. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, you did it. Not me. You got to live with it. Not me. That's all I'm going to say. And I said, you know what? And I met him in the middle. I said, you know what? I'll delete the TikTok. Fine. I said, fine, I'll delete it. I'll be nice enough to delete it. But I'm still talking about it here, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, but just know, you're going to rot in hell. Bye-bye. And that was it. That was the last time I spoke to him. So yeah, but I didn't stand on business with that fucker either for a while. And then like after all that shit happened, I was like, oh my God. But like, yeah, he cheated on me a bunch of times, and I took him back. Like, but I was like fucking 19. Like, please. I was young and dumb once, like you guys. I'm kidding. Y'all are not dumb. And I hope that you guys do stand on business. Speaking of not standing on business, we have a call today. I actually just received this submission yesterday. So we're going to take our call, because I think that the timing of it is just so perfect. I think that her call relates so much with this episode in general. So let's see what our caller has to say. Just give me a sec. All right. Vanella's Villa.
Hello, Vanilla. I need some advice, girl. So, I've been on and off with this one ex for a very long time, and we just reconnected, dated for a month, and ended it. And I'm tired of this same fucking pattern of us, like, going back into each other's lives and him fucking me over. How do I get closure within myself? I feel if I reach out to him, he's not going to give me the response I want or the closure I need, so. Girl, what the fuck should I do? Help.
All right, real. See that? I feel like it just ties into this episode perfectly. Man. See, again, am I the best person to ask for this? No. Because do I stand on business? Clearly not. But if I was with a person who, because I will say, my ex, we ended on weird terms, whatever. Um, but he was never like emotionally or verbally or like any sort of anything like not giving me what I needed like in that, and he was never like even close to like he was a nice guy, like he did not do anything bad or like say anything like bad or do shit. It was just like we were just not in the same place at the same time, and like we were in an open relationship but like boundaries were crossed and shit. It was just not what it should have been. But never was I I'm trying to like think of the fucking right word here, because there were times where I felt disrespected for sure, but like I wasn't like I never like was like this guy is a like he himself is like be like a shitty person to me. Like he never said anything to me that I felt like was like like what the fuck? Like he never like tried to come for me as a person or my character or like anything like that. So I feel like if it gets to the point where like you're on and on again, off again with someone who like clearly is like playing you and like it's like a multiple occurrence thing, because okay, sometimes people like break up, whatever, and then people give them another chance. All right, cool. Anything after that, I feel like you get one chance. That's it. You get one extra chance, and that's even it's circumstantial. Is that a word? Circumstantial. Circumstan. It depends on the circumstances. So it's like, okay, in my instance, I'm like, yes, I could see myself, like, and again, I don't even know if I'd fucking want to date him for real again. It's just like, we'll see what happens kind of a thing. Like, I'm willing to at least talk to him and have a conversation with him. You know what I mean? But there would be some situations where I'd be like, oh, fuck no. Like, absolutely not. Like, there are people that I've dated more recently that I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Like, you're not even going to get a fucking response out of me. Like, no, like, that's it. But if it's something where it's like you're getting played again and again and again and again, and if you even know that he is not even going to give you the answer that you want and the closure that you want, bitch, that's the closure right there. That is the closure right there. Is that he's not going to give it to you. That should be closure enough. Is that he doesn't even give enough of a fuck to even like he's not hearing your side of the story. He's not understanding. That's the closure right there. That should be the icing on the cake for you. Like, just listen to yourself say that. Like, girl, he's not even like, that's it. Or maybe imagine him like doing a TikTok dance or something. Try to imagine him doing something like really cringy. Like that always kind of helps. You know? Imagine I'm trying to think of things that are like cringy. Imagine he's at a concert and he posts a video and like he's singing like really really loud in the background, but he doesn't like know that you could like hear his voice in the background, and it's like he's singing like really loud. And it's like, and it's also like an artist that he fanboys over. So you're like, ugh. I'm just like, yeah, think of something like that. And then, or maybe, think of him like, um, think of him going into a Home Depot and being confused and being like, do you know what area this is in? And like, he's just like confused in a Home Depot. Like, why as a man are you confused in a Home Depot? I don't know. I'm just this advice is fucking horrible. I don't know why y'all keep calling in, because I give you guys the worst advice. But yeah, I just feel like you gotta toughen up. You gotta lock in. Okay? Clearly it's not working. You've tried multiple times. It's time to fucking let it go. And I feel like it's the thing. It's just like sometimes it's like you want to just choose what's more convenient and what's easier, and it's like you already know this person already knows you, like you guys already have the history. It's like it's so easy to just go back with someone like that, because it's like, well, they already know everything like about me, and like we know each other, and like it's just that's it. All I got to do is text them and like we could fucking hang out. It's like, okay, but at some point something's got to give, you know Something's got to give. Fucking cut him off. No contact. Because girl, it doesn't even sound like you you are gonna even be able to do it unless it's no contact. Because I feel like you doesn't sound like you're standing on business here. It sounds like you're gonna fold. It sounds like you're gonna fold. And I feel like you should try to give yourself, because that's the thing. Closure. I feel like closure is bullshit in a way. hey, come for me if you want. I don't think that at the end of the day, closure is a you thing. It's because you want closure. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the other person. It's like not. It's really not even gonna. I feel like the closure in relationship wise stuff. I feel like you gotta seek that within yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like you, especially with someone who is not willing to give you like, because I feel like okay. Guys, I just don't be saying shit, man. I don't be saying shit. I'll literally be making fucking any sense. If you want closure, I feel like you need to find it within yourself. You need to be like, listen, this is what happened. This is like, that's it. And it's fucking done. And find things, do fucking activities and shit that like bring you peace. And you're like, you start to realize like, hey, I actually do like my own company. Maybe this is the closure that I needed all along. Maybe the real closure is the people we met along the way. um, I do feel like for certain things, there's like certain instances, I think that closure can be good if the person is willing to give you something that you can even receive as closure. If it's something where you're like begging, you're like, please, I need closure, please, please, please. And the person is like, girl, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do you need it for then? That's it. That's the closure right there. Is that they don't want to give shit to you. They don't care. They don't care. Like, that's it. So that right there is the closure. And you just got to fucking stand on business. Stand on business. Everyone say it with me. Stand on business. I'm not standing on it either, so I can't even sit here and talk shit because I'm not standing on shit. Shit, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? What the hell are you gonna do? But this is all stuff that I need to talk about with my therapist, I guess. I tell y'all more than I'm telling my therapist. Maybe I should have her. I'll be like, listen to my podcast episodes, and you'll kind of understand what's going on with me. And we can go from there. I'll be like, what do you say? What do you say, girly? What do you say? But yeah, I feel like this is a good place to wrap it up. I don't think this episode is as long as my other ones, but guys, I don't know. Maybe I'll have more to update you on next week. Who knows? Maybe I'll stand on business even less and less and less until I'm floating. That's what happens when you don't stand on business and you stop standing on business. Eventually, you start floating. You turn into a little like ethereal little. A little floating. You're like, I don't even care anymore. That's what I want. I want to reach like opposite of standing on business, enlightenment. I'm gonna be like, I don't even care. I'm not standing on shit. I'm just floating like a little fairy. So that's what we're trying to. 2024. Yeah, just another year being delusional. That's basically it. Just be fucking delusional. I've been delusional, and it's been working for me. So, we'll see where it takes us this year. But thank you for listening. If you haven't, follow me on Instagram, Vanilla Mace. I've been streaming on TikTok a lot more lately, playing Fortnite and like silly games and shit, like usually at night. So if you're bored on a weeknight, you want to hang out with me, watch me play Fortnite and shit, come watch me on TikTok. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I love you. Your room is ready. Thank you. Thanks for staying with us another week, and we'll see you next week.